Life insurance can help protect the financial security of your family in a worst case scenario. But as many people try to find ways to save money, some are wondering if it's worth the investment. Joining us this morning with some advice is Peter Shoshaki from Everything Financial. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you.
Nice to see you, Carrie. Good morning.
I bet a lot of people say, do I really need that insurance? Because it's extra money that I don't want to have to, spend every month or however you have it set up. Do you find that that's the case with a lot of people?
That is the case, Carrie, with a lot of people, because it's one of those intangible items. You can't see it. You don't really feel it. Pardon me. And you just don't see the benefit of it. Unfortunately, your loved one sees the benefit of it if you pass away. So that's why it's one of those first things to go when times are tough, because it's a theoretical thing. You just don't see the need for it.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you know how much insurance you actually need? Is there like a measurement somehow? Is there a formula? How do you know?
Well, there is. What's called a needs analysis, and you should be doing this when you create a financial plan with your registered financial planner. But for rule of thumb during these times, to keep it simple, one way is to look at all your debts and then subtract all your assets, and that gives you a ballpark of where to start. But then the other kind of unknown factor in there is if you have children, or just you want to leave a continuing legacy and a continuing income to your spouse, is how much then do you need to provide that income to them for 5, 10, 15 years, whatever the case may be. And a lot of times depends on the age of your children.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure there's enough money there until they're out of the home. And heck, Carrie, these days that could be till they're 40.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, at this rate, absolutely. Lots of different kinds of life insurance. There's life insurance. There's also critical illness insurance. So lots of things to consider. How do you know what type is best for you?
That's when it's best to sit with the planner and go through what's best. But to keep it simple for the life insurance, there's really two types. There's what's called permanent insurance or whole life that has a cash portion to it, which is very expensive. And then there's term insurance, no different than what you get for your car or for your house. You're just renting insurance to provide a benefit. And if you're not a huge corporation or someone who's maximized RSPs, TFSAs, and has a ton of cash, then you should just be looking at the simple, inexpensive term insurance with a good reputable company to provide a death benefit for your family. As they say, Carrie, keep it simple. And in this case, that's exactly what you want to do is keep it simple, inexpensive, so you have money for the other things you need to do in life.
Yeah, it's one of those topics that we don't really like talking about, but for those people who, just don't get it, do you have sort of an easy explanation or some advice for people out there who just maybe are still not interested?
Well, it's amazing because we add the word life insurance and people get all worried, bent out of shape, and don't understand it. But look at it this way. Life insurance is really just a line of credit that you're paying a very small interest rate on it. And I mean, Carrie, it's small. Like an average premium works out to like 1.5–2% for a younger person or less. So it's really just like a line of credit. But if you pass away, your loved one gets the line of credit and you don't have to pay it back. So, and it's tax free. So it's just look at it as a simple, very small payment to provide a lump sum of cash for your family.
Good advice this morning. Peter Shoshaki from Everything Financial. Thanks very much, Peter. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Thanks, Carrie. We'll see you next Wednesday.